Great. So I see there are not so many participants, but we still can record this webinar, and I think it will be very useful for our participants to watch it maybe later. One moment. Okay, let's start. Greetings to all. I congratulate everyone who completes the second module and moved on the third module of our course. And there is a little time left until the end of the first stage of our camp. And today we will analyze the solution of practical task of module 2. And I hope this analysis will help you avoid mistakes in the future stages. Also, we will talk about the preliminary results of the first and second modules, the method of calculating points, and just remember our deadlines and prizes for the first stage. So let's start, and now I will give the floor to our main camp tutor, Tony Shvyikovsky, who will discuss practical task of module 2.
Yeah, thank you, Eugene. Hello, everyone. Let me share my screen and we can have a little discussion. So this is my screen. I hope everyone can see everything. Cool, let's start. So here is the explanation of the task for module 2. Let's do it. Task 1.1. We start with the application structure, actually. Here we need to understand what objects do we need to create and what attributes to include. In that case, we can just follow this list. Let's go. So, catalog products. Here it is. With attribute to choose the product type. You see, enumeration, ref type. And item hierarchy. Here it is. Then warehouse catalog. Warehouse storages. And warehouse catalog is the owner of warehouse storages. Here you can see it. Next, counterparties catalog. Counterparties catalog with attributes to select the type of the counterparty. You can see ref to enumeration, counterparty type. We can select between legal entity and individual, and account number of string type. To implement the complex organizational structure, we need to turn the item hierarchy on here too. The next one is price type. Price type should be a catalog and not an enumeration, because in the task it is said that the user can add any price type that he wants. Next, counterparty type. This is actually an enumeration and it has two values, legal entity and individual. The same thing with product types. Product types has two values, product and service. The next one is the enterprise name. It is the constant. It stores the name of the company. Here it is the company name, and the company account. It can store the main company account that is used right now. So it has the catalog ref accounts type of data. And the last one is the accounts catalog. It is needed to store the name of the account and the account number. We can use a string here or number, actually not a big difference. Okay, that were the basic objects. Now we move to documents, and we start with the easiest one. The easiest one is, of course, the set product prices. With this document, we set the prices for different products to use lately. We can do it using the tabular section, as we did here, to set prices for many products at the same time, or we can register one price for one product at once. So we need to specify the actual product with the corresponding time, the price, and price type. Now please look at the following picture. Look at this scheme. So we have 4 documents here. These 4 documents register the money flow and the products flow between our company and counterparties. If we want to sell products, first we receive money from the contractor with the receipt order document to register the money income. Then, basing on the receipt order document, we create expense invoice document to transfer products to the counterparty. Okay. The opposite thing with the buying of products. When we buy products, we send money to the contractor with the expense order. And then we receive products with the receipt invoice. Cool. In that case, we can continue learning about our documents with the document receipt order. And the best way to learn it is to look at its form. So here we have the counterparty to specify our contractor. It's receipt order, so we receive money. Counterparty account. This is the account of our counterparty from which the money are sent to our account. The income account is our account, and the total is the total amount of the document. In the tabular section, we specify the product, its quantity, the price for the product, the type of the price we have selected, and the total amount by the line. This is all for the receipt order. For the document expense invoice, here it is, we do the same with the form. This document differs a little bit because here we specify the receipt order, the document which is the proof of us receiving the money. So this document, this expense invoice, should be based on the document receipt order. And here we just select the needed receipt order document. As you can see, this field has the document ref, receipt order, type of data. Here we specify the counterparty, our buyer, the warehouse where our products are located, and in the tabular section we specify the product, the quantity which we are selling, and the storage cell. So there can be many rooms, many storages, many cells in the warehouse, and different products can be located in them. For example, I don't know, video cards can be located in the room A, CPU or processors can be located in room 2, and so on, so on. So this storage is the actual location of our product in the selected warehouse. Cool. This was the expense invoice. Documents, receipt, expense order, and receipt invoice have actually the similar structure. Let me show it. This is the expense order. As you can see, we specify the same, the counterparty, our seller, yeah, counterparty account, the account to which we send the money, expense account, it's our account, total amount of the document, and the same tabular section of the products we buy now. Okay, the last document is the receipt invoice. In the receipt invoice, it has actually the same structure, but the different purpose. This is the expend order, yeah, the document that proves that we have spent money. The supplier, our supplier who sends us the products. The warehouse, to which we are going to send our products. And the tabular section is virtually the same, the product, the quantity, and the storage, the place where we're going to put our products. Cool. This was all for the documents. Yes, now to the registers. Well, first of all, we need a register to store the data about the prices. And in that case, we select the information register, the subordinated information register, non-periodic, to actually help us to store data about the saved prices. The dimensions are the product, the price type, and the actual price for this product. As you know, we can have the retail price, the wholesale price for the same product, and they differ a little bit. Okay. The next register is products in stock. Products in stock will store information about the quantity of products in stock. It is of balances type, and it has the product, warehouse, and warehouse storage dimensions to let us know where this particular product is located, and its quantity. So we can know what product, which quantity of the product, and where it is located. And also it has two recorders. The recorders are receipt invoice and expense invoice. Okay. The next one is balances. Balances can store information about our money. It is of balances type, and it stores the information about our balances, yeah, received or spent to different counterparties, and on our accounts. So this is our account. Yeah, we can have different accounts, and this register will show us the amount of money on each account. It has two recorders, the documents that controls the money flow, the receipt order, and the expense order. Okay, the last register is sales register. It is of turnover types, and it helps us to understand the monthly sales to a particular contractor. Let's check the data. The dimensions are the counterparty and the product. So what product it will sell to the particular counterparty, and the resources are amount and quantity. So what amount of money has the contractor spent, and what quantity of products has this contractor purchased from us. Okay, and there is only one recorder, the receipt order document. Cool. Now let me discuss about the automatically generated posting procedures for our registers. Cool. So the set product prices make records only in one register, and it is logical. This is the product prices register. This is informational register, and we do not have the record types like, expense or receipt, and these are the lines. Cool. The received order document Let us check this register or document. It makes records into two registers. The first one is sales. Remember, it's a turnover register, so we don't have these record types. And these are the lines, as you can see. The second register is balances. Because this is a receipt order, so we receive money, yeah. These records are of receipt type. Cool. Next one is expense order. This register makes records only into the register balances, and because we spent money, its records are of expense type. Okay, the receipt invoice and expense invoice make records only to one register. Products in stock, because we received products to our warehouses and we expense them from our warehouses. So the receipt invoice has the type receipt, and the expense invoice has the type expense, respectively. Cool. This is actually all about the application structure. So we completed the whole first part. Let's go to the second one. So task 2.1, predefine data. We create predefined price types, exclusive price, retail price, and wholesale price. It's actually easy. We go to catalog price types, yeah, go to other, predefined, and here they are. These are the predefined price types. We move on. For the expense order and receipt order documents, automatically fill in the company account attributes from the respective object. So we will need this constant company name. Cool. Where do we go? We go to the document expense order form module. Here it is. And we use for this purpose the onCreateAddServer procedure. We can use it. Or on open, or we can combine them and so on. So what do we do here? This event occurs when we create our form on server. So when it is created, it checks if the corresponding field is empty. In our case, we check if the expense account is empty. In that case, yeah, we can use the common procedure, common module procedure. Here it is, because you remember, yeah, we can't receive data from the constant, yeah, in terms of the catalog module. So we need an additional expert procedure in that case. Here it is. You see, it just returns the value that is stored in the company account. Cool. So we have returned the company account, and now it is saved here. Nice. That's how it works. We continue. 2.2. Document prefixes and formatting. Use prefixes for the receipt invoice and expense invoice objects. Cool. Let's check, I don't know, expense invoice. It is done in the object module. Here it is on set new number. Procedure event will help us in that case. So we actually create our prefix using this meet method. Yeah. Then using this loop, if this prefix is too short, we add additional symbols. And then we assign this prefix string to the prefix. You see, it is the system parameter. So this prefix is the actual prefix of our document. That's how it's done. Now we go to task 2.3, additional data validation. In expense order and receipt order, objects make the fields for the counterparty account mandatory. And if the amount is 0, display a warning message. Okay. Expense order. Yeah. To make them field in the form or the attribute required, we go to the properties and we search for the corresponding option. This is this option. If we select yes, in that case, our field or our attribute becomes required or mandatory and we cannot leave it empty. No code is used actually, as you can see. And for the receipt order, we can check that the total is higher than 0. We go to the posting procedure because before we post, actually we can use it even in the when saving the document, but it will work with the posting. Yeah, so we can't post the document if the total amount is less than 0. This code is pretty easy, as you can see. Next, in the receipt invoice expense, make the fields for selecting mandatory. We can do it in the receipt invoice when selecting a warehouse for outgoing products. Only the storage locations within the warehouse should be available at the product selection stage. So we need to filter all the warehouse storages for the warehouse. We remember that the catalog warehouse storages is subordinated to the catalog warehouse. Warehouse is the owner or the warehouse storage catalog. In that case, we can do the following. We go to expense receipt invoice, yeah, tabular section, storage. This is this attribute with the warehouse storages type, and we search for the choice parameter links. We have an article in our course that describes that we can use additional filters, and this is the way we can filter by the owner. It will work. Cool, and the last task is 2.4. For the receipt invoice and expense invoice objects, create functionality that automatically fills in the document based on the data from the select expense order and receipt order documents. Okay, this is how it's done. Receipt invoice. We go to the form first of all, and we open the supplier. No. Receipt order on change. Yeah, when we change our receipt order, this code should work. So as you can see, we call for the additional common procedure, and this is it. Get order values. This procedure we actually need this procedure to get the needed data. So what do we do here? We send the reference to the selected document. Yeah, in this procedure we receive the whole object, so the expense order document, and after that we create a structure and we put in this structure all the needed data, all the products, the counterparty, and so on and so on. So again, using this reference, yeah, that we specified in our receipt invoice, we transfer this reference to expense order. Then in this export procedure, we retrieve the whole object using the method getObject, and we save all the needed data like counterparty, like the tabular section, into the structure. And then we just return this structure back to our form. And from this structure, we just fill all the needed values. That's how it works. Let's try and see it. So for example, expense invoice. As you can see, yeah, counterparty is filled, the whole tabular section is filled, and as you can see, it works. Cool. The only thing is left is to set the warehouse. I don't know. Let's check this. And after that, yeah, we receive only the warehouse storages that are subordinated to this particular warehouse. As you can see, there are a lot of them, yeah, and only 4 are subordinated to the warehouse AA. Cool. That's it, actually. Let me tell you one more thing. When you're going to do the module 3 practice task, you can download this solution using this link, because I understand that you could have some mistakes, errors during the module 2, yeah, and the module 3 task will be based on the module 2 solution. That's actually all. Thank you for your attention. Oh, Eugene?
Yes, Tony. Thank you for your perfect explanation. Now we proceed. By the way, let me remind you that you can ask questions in the chat about this explanation and about the task, and we try answer you in the end of this webinar. So also I remind you about your personal mentors who already help you in general chats on Discord, and now they are ready to answer you personally. And if you have any questions about your assignment, please do not hesitate to ask your mentor on Discord. Also, let me remind you about our deadlines. Now you have started module 3, which must be completed by the May 18 inclusive, and this table shows the current distribution of points as well as deadlines for completing each module. For completing the course, students receive points. The maximum for the first step course is 50 points. The developing basic course gives a maximum score of 200 points. And there will be practical tasks in each module. You will receive additional points. At the end of the first stage, all students will have a final project for which you can get another 50 points. And the final project will also be carried out by students from last year camps together with participants from the current camps. And based on the results of the points scored, we will form a final ranking of participants in 3 regions: Eurasia, Africa, and America. And the top 10 participants in each region and each category, students or professionals, will receive cash prizes from 500 to 100 US$. And now I am ready to demonstrate the final preliminary results after the second module. Let's start with Americas region. In professional category, we have 6 participants, and to be honest, they all will qualify for the final prize money, and the only question is how the final places will be distributed by the end of the first stage. In the student category from America, there are much more participants. However, some of them have already participated in previous camps, and their results will not be taken into account in the overall standing of the first stage. We will post these results a little bit later, and you can check your results, and also you can ask your mentor about this grade. From the Asian region, several participants we are late in submitting the final solutions for Module 2, but we will still check and give you results. Please note that if you did not submit your solution on time, you can still continue to participate and qualify for stage 1. And the situation the same among students. We are waiting for your solutions of second module and for those students who have not yet made it. You can see the current preliminary ranking among students from Asia. And finally, the African region. This is where we have the most participants. Therefore, unfortunately, we did not have time to fully check your solutions for Module 2, and we will be able to publish the final results a little bit later. You can see the preliminary results on screen, but it does not take into account the grades for the final task of the second module. These results will be updated in near future. And the same situation among students. These are preliminary results, which will be updated very soon. And we also remind you that the final ranking of the first stage will not include students who participated in previous camps. You will only need to complete the final project of the junior course at the end of the first stage. So this is end of my part of webinar. Let me check. We don't have any questions in chat. However, we will post a recording of this webinar in Discord, and we will send an info by email, so you can always ask us questions through any convenient communication channel. So this let's concludes our webinar. Thank you very much and see you later.
Thank you, Eugene and Tony. Thank you, everyone.